Good morning, you guys. In my pajamas in my living room. I'm a little bit annoyed. You know, there's a difference between the American healthcare system and the Italian. And, you know, I often hear people making comments, oh, it's socialized medicine. You know, they just have, in even Greece, they just have a different approach than the American way to do things. And I'm sorry, I don't think the American way of doing things is always right. I went yesterday to see a a person when you have swollen legs from lymph nodes, lymphedema or something like that in America. Because when I was traveling in Crete, Paros, and Italy, and our tours went to go see spas and massage therapists, I chose the lymphatic drainage system massage, which is something you don't hear about in the States, but I hear about it all the time when I lived over in Italy. And I have this nodule, and I'm not kidding, a ball of grizzle that's in the inside of my my thigh here. I'm going to say I probably had it about 10 years. It has grown bigger and bigger. I've brought it to the American doctors' attention. Nobody gives a rat's ass. The truth is I've had it so long that it's not cancer, because if it's cancer, I would have dropped dead by now, for sure. Nobody, they didn't have anything to say. They didn't care. No big deal. Whatever. Okay. Well, the funny thing is now, I found on the inside of my arm over here a pea-sized nodule. I mean, smaller than the fingernail. And there's one here, and that knob I have down there, I had one over here, which is weird because they're symmetrical, you know? So, you know, nobody says anything. So only recently my primary care doctor said, well, let's go get an ultrasound on it. I'm like, okay, fine, but, you know, don't you think we should be doing something more? So I pushed her to go to this lymphatic person, and I was not happy. I mean, she's competent, she's talented, she did measurements on my legs, but her response was, you don't really have that bad of a problem at all, therefore you don't come to us. You have to get really severe with elephant-sized legs before we can do something for you. There's just not enough of us in the state to do this work, and so our work has to be reserved for the serious clients. So I thought, it's the American way of doing it. Just wait till you get sick, and then we'll treat you before you're going to die. So she did, this girl, woman, got a little bit alarmed. She saw welts on my thigh from my subcutaneous immunoglobulin treatment, which I get welts all the time, every time I do the treatment. I did it the night before, and I have to do 6 needles, and, you know, the welts can be pretty big. So she looked at those, and when I was in my underwear, she goes, oh, wow, those are pretty big. I said, that's not the problem. Those are going to go away. Those are my welts for my subcutaneous immunoglobulin treatment. So she measures the knob, and she says, yeah, there's a problem. She throws out all these things from the easiest to the worst, but she doesn't believe it's cancer. But she said, okay, let's go once and for all, and let's get an ultrasound done on it. And she said, I don't think it's grizzle, but I don't think it's cancer, but it could be cancer. But I don't believe it's cancer because I'd be dead by now. And oh, this is the other part, you guys. I'm sorry. When I went to each of the massage people, within the first massage, the massage therapist said to me, I think I got it to reduce in size. And I said, what do you mean reduce in size? This is a solid, gummy, rubbery thing that's like kind of a little less bigger than a golf ball, you know, half a sphere of golf ball. I have no idea what it looks like under the underneath. And I thought, nah, it's not humanly possible, but I'll just humor this lymphatic drainage massage person in the first country. Well, within a week, the knob had gone down. I'm like, holy crap. So then I thought, well, we got another spa day. I'm going to choose to not get my normal massages. I'm going to get another lymph node drain massage in on each of these islands. And she worked on it. And the week after she worked on it, it went down in size. So then we went up to Sirmione, where it is just the spa capital of fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And I got 2 treatments, the beginning of the week, the end of the week. By the time I got done with these lymphatic drainage massages, this lump had reduced 60% in size. And yeah, I would say, excuse me, I'm feeling it right now. 60%. Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't have a measurement before, but I've touched this thing for years, you know? So, here I come back to the States. I'm trying to get medical treatment for it. And it's like a whole category of a world issue that America doesn't deal with. Or they only deal with it when your legs are so horrible that they're lucky if they can bring your legs back. Versus the last spa woman who I saw twice in Sirmione said, Francesca, go find somebody who knows how to do this massage in the States, which is not going to be covered by insurance, and you get it done once or twice a month, and you will find that your lymph nodes, whatever it is. See, my dad had lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I've got common variable immune deficiency. If you don't treat common variable immune deficiency, lymphoma is one of the illnesses that you get. So, I was not impressed yesterday. I will go get a ultrasound on this lump. I can tell you right now, it's going to come back, whatever it's going to come back, something benign, no big deal. And nobody here will do anything with it. And they will just wait till it grows again. So you can see my my disenchantment with the American medical system. There are many, many things that they do in Europe that they won't do in the States. And unfortunately, because we are controlled by the Rockefeller American Medical Society, who came in the 50s and annihilated everything holistic, organic, natural, alternative, everything that perpetuates illness, to treat the symptoms of the illness, not cure the illness. This is what you got in the States. Anyway, it's not that way with everything, but often for the things I need, this is what I find. So, I didn't really even like the girl that I saw yesterday, the redhead. She didn't like the idea that I didn't care for the American medical system. But who gives a rat's ass? I mean, this is something that the women who were traveling with me knew that I was doing this. So, I'm just going to have to reach in my own budget, go interview. There were 2 possibilities for lymph node people here. And they're not cheap. And I personally think it would be a much better system. The girl did say yesterday that she said something about the lymph node, this or that. But see, I've had a lot of heart surgeries. That's the other thing. And they go in through the groin. But the fact is now that I've got this tiny nodule here and here, maybe it's, I don't know. We don't know what they are. But I'm going to go get the ultrasound done on the 4 nodules. And it's funny because they're like clockwork right where they are, you know. I just thought to vent. Do you guys have any personal stories of when you had the chance to get some medical treatment done overseas that was different, I can give you another one. I just recently had a client who had gotten uh, stones. Uh, I don't know if they're called gallbladder stones. It's where you get kidney stones? Kidney stones, maybe that's it, kidney stones. And had to go to 2 different hospitals. And I forget if it was the first hospital or the second hospital. They had a treatment that in northern Italy, one of the research doctors was using, that if you were in a moment of crisis, and I can't remember it, so I'm not going to explain it right, but one thing had to do with flooding you with fluids. One was giving you maybe a steroid or an anti-inflammatory thing. And then I forgot what the third thing was, but it was like to go in, do this anti-inflammatory thing. Oh, maybe it was a pain medication. And what they were doing is they'd do the anti-inflammatory to make something reduce. They'd give you the pain medicine so you didn't feel the pain, and then they would push fluids through the IV so that, sorry, I got hiccups, it would move faster. Ooh, sorry again, to get the stones coming out. And so they did get her to pass stones in the first location, but then within days there were other stones and they hadn't all passed. And so I think it might have been the second hospital that did this other treatment to try to get past stones. But these aren't things they do in the States. There are so many alternative medicine practices that the American system is too close-minded for because it won't make money. Oh, that's the other thing. Instead of letting me get these massages in the States, and I don't even think I need this, that red-haired woman said, well, I'm going to exaggerate your legs and I'm going to try to get you pumps for your calf at home. You know, I'm a chunky monkey, 170 pounds right now, 6 3/4, but I am not obese or heavy. I walk a lot, and so now they're going to try to get insurance to pay for these boots that will pump my calves. I just sat there and went, whatever. She did say that she is going to try to, I'm allowed to get 3 pairs of socks. Oh, she did tell me it was going to take 45 days before we'd even know whether I'd get those pump boots that I really don't want. But I have to be a compliant patient. I did get 4 stents put in because another client said that she thought I had venous insufficiency, got tested for that. The doctor said, no, it's the iliac vein. So then I got 4 stents put in for the iliac vein, which I'm glad I did, and I don't regret that I did. But there was complications post-surgery with that last February, but I'm fine now. But now they're back to the venous insufficiency again. I still have, my right leg will swell up periodically, so there's something else. I mean, when we walked this summer with the ladies, or fall, we had days that we clocked 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, and we even had a few days where we clocked 7 miles. So you can't tell me I'm not walking enough. Anyway, anybody else frustrated with why we can't have a more open, natural system for medical treatments in the U.S.?